Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Students, in our last session of Civics Chapter 5, Working of Institutions, we have discussed about how is a major policy decision taken, the decision makers, need of political institutions. Today, we are going to discuss about Parliament and its need. Two houses of Parliament, political and permanent executives. What is a parliament? In all the democracies, an assembly of elected representatives who exercise supreme political authority on behalf of the people is a parliament. In India, our National Assembly is called Parliament. At the state level, the body of elected representatives at the state level is called legislature or legislative assembly. What is the role of parliament? How parliament is an important institution? Students, parliament is the final authority of making laws in our country. They can change the existing laws, abolish the previous laws, and they can make the new laws as well. Parliament exercises control over those who run the government. In our government, no decision can be taken without the support of Parliament. Parliament controls the money matters of our country. No bill can be passed without the consent of Parliament. It is the highest forum of debates and discussions on public issues and national policies in our country. Now let's discuss about the Houses of Parliament. Parliament plays a central role in our democracy. The large countries, they divide the roles and powers of the Parliament in two parts like our country India does. They are called the chambers or the houses. One house is elected by the people and exercise the real power. The second house is elected indirectly and perform some special functions. They were looking the interest of various states, regions and federal units. Our parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The lower house is called Lok Sabha or the House of People, and the upper house is called Rajya Sabha or the Council of States. Our parliament consists of two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Our Indian Constitution does give Rajya Sabha some special power over the states because they look into the internal matters of the states. But on most of the matters, Lok Sabha exercises supreme power as they are the people who are elected by the people. An ordinary law in our country has to be passed by both the houses. But if there is any difference between the consent of the houses, the final decision is taken in a joint session in which members of both the houses used to sit together. The view of the Lok Sabha is likely to prevail. Why? Because they people are in majority in such a meeting since they are the people who are much more in number. Lok Sabha exercises more power in money matters. Lok Sabha also controls the Council of Ministers through no confidence motion, because if the Council of Ministers passes the no confidence motion, then the Prime Minister has to quit. Political and permanent executives. The one which is elected by the people for a specific period of time is called political executives, like the ministers of our country, members of parliaments of our country. It signifies the government of a country. The one where people are appointed on a long-term basis is called the permanent executive or the civil servants. People who are working for the civil services are called civil servants. Here is the difference between a political executive and a permanent executive for your reference. Students, the term of a political executive is limited. It is for a period of 5 years in our country, India. But as the name itself is suggesting, the term of a permanent executive is permanent. So this is all for the day. Children, we'll meet in the next session with the next topics of this chapter. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.